Hey, what's up, everyone? This is a special presentation of an audio drama called BirdSong. It's been in the works for some time, and finally, we're releasing it. And this story comes in three forms. It's the audio drama, BirdSong, the short story, and a movie also produced for this project called King of the Hill. And it's over at talkingwithburritos.com. You can find all of the three files there. Go and check that out. It's actually a cool story, all told from three different forms of media, stories in three different ways. Hope you guys can enjoy it. It is something different, but regularly scheduled program will commence, on the next episode, I think 70. So tell me if you like it. Thank you very much and enjoy the program. She had a large head and a round face. And when tucked behind the furry hood of her winter coat, the resemblance to the stereotypical northern native was uncanny. And plus, we were in Alaska. Her name was Amy, but my friends and I called her Eskimo Pie, like the Little Debbie cookie. Amy was Hawaiian, but what the hell did we know? We were just kids. We're in the 4th grade, and at that age, holding hands was an important step in your relationship. Like, the first time we held hands as a couple was more nerve-wracking than our first peck on the lips. I remember my hands being so sweaty and feeling like such a weirdo that I avoided the gesture like she had the cooties. What I didn't know was that Amy, she didn't mind. Or at least she never mentioned it. One of the first times we held hands was on a walk home from school. Every 5 minutes or so, which seemed like an eternity, Amy would release hold of my hand, wipe them clean of nervousness, using like her pant leg or her jacket, and then take my hand into hers and for the remainder of the walk home, never breaking stride. It got to the point that I was comfortable with her, and my hands, they just stopped sweating. We broke up the summer before our 5th grade year. Her father got stationed in Alabama. To her and I, it really wasn't a big deal. We were military brats, and that's just what happens. People come into your life and then they move away. It was in the blood, I guess. That's why I applied for the Navy. I remember being so excited that immediately after graduation, I left the ceremony and drove straight to the recruiter's office to sign up. On paper, I was golden. I scored exceptionally high on the aptitude test, and I've always been active in sports, and so the physical fitness requirements were no struggle for me to meet. But it was these damn hands. Once the military physician performing my physical noticed my clammy hands and obvious nervousness, he immediately made a note of it in his chart. For some odd reason, I knew right then at that moment that I was disqualified. That all three military branches were experiencing an overabundance of applicants trying to sign up for duty. Any small ailment or mark on your record could easily disqualify you. In fact, a buddy of mine almost didn't make it due to a large tattoo he got on his chest the summer before he applied. Maybe I just wasn't meant to be a soldier. Well, that's how I took it. As broken up as I was about it, I understood the risk. My wet finger slips off the trigger of my rifle, and the man in front of me becomes a bloody Jackson Pollock painting. Or even worse. Talcum powder worked well on the court. I played many years of basketball using this stuff, but out there on the battlefield, you don't have time to just powder up. Nowadays, I just use a good pair of gloves out here amongst the steel branches and concrete platforms. My city. Now, instead of risking my life for my country, I play a game. A very dangerous game. It can be very rewarding if played correctly. My name is Decker, and this is King of the Castle. King of the Castle, or King of the Hill, is a children's game. If you're a 2K baby, you maybe haven't played it because mommy and daddy didn't allow you much outside during your adolescent years. But it's not your fault. This obsession we had to kidnappings and sex crimes spooked parents into believing that the worst in everyone was standing right outside their door. And so they kept you kids inside and allowed you to spend countless amount of hours on the web where kids are susceptible to people who kidnap and commit sex crimes. Sorry, moms and dads, you can't escape evil. Evil is everywhere and it's unpredictable. It comes in many different shapes and forms. That's what makes this day so fucked up. It is a day to be expected as something of normalcy, but this ain't normal. For 12 hours, all unlawful acts of debauchery are made inconsequential. Ever thinking about murdering someone? Hell, wait for your annual opportunity. No need to worry about the cops, being arrested, or having to answer to being a shit horrible person. You're good. Shake it off and go on about your life as if nothing ever happened. That is, if you don't go crazy due to a guilty conscience. Better go to Walgreens and refill that prescription because the day after purging is the pharmaceutical industry's wet dream. They stockpile pills that help you forget an entire calendar day. And it's even law to omit the existence of this day on every calendar printed or programmed. Now, I'm no killer, but I've played one on TV. I once landed a role on that popular show, Law and Order SVU, where I played a murder suspect who was gunned down mid-episode by Ice-T. But unlike television, this night is something real, and sometimes you see things, a lot of things, you don't want to remember the next day. So for me, my drug of choice is Reminisce, the best knockout, drag you down treatment for that post-apocalyptic blues. One dose of this stuff knocks you out for at least 4 days. The remaining 3 days of this week are spent recuperating, eating buttloads of food while binging on Netflix and Hulu. I don't see why people choose to exercise their innermost fucked up demons during the stint of madness. Most of us choose to hide, but there are a select few who opt a more adventurous way of exploring this day. Now, murder is the number one indulgence. Entertainment humanity, the number one thrill. There are other crimes indeed, but, murder is the best seller. Remember that game I mentioned before, King of the Castle. The objective to this insane adult version is to elude the bloodthirsty crazies and make it through the city to this high-rise of building in the sky, where at the top awaits a lush pad and $500,000. Obviously, yes, it's the reward that motivates most players, that and 364 days of fame. Now, those cats, they usually don't make it, the fame monsters. To play this game, you have to be devoid of a conscience and ignore the visions of grandeur. An eye on the prize is having a dream of the future. Dead. You play like you have no future? Then maybe you live. I have this slogan or motto for the sake of better words. Thrill me now, kiss me later. And so basically what that means is enjoy the moment now as if it were your last. They are just fleeting moments, like those videos of people skydiving or bungee jumping. You spend $100 or more on video footage to help you remember that feeling. But it's only a picture, a playback of a feeling which is never the same on repeat. You try to describe it, the joy and the exuberance, and you seek out a feeling that's comparable, but you can never get it quite right. It's those feelings we crave as humans, and life is full of them. So why not take advantage of them as they happen in the now? You kiss me later. I've lived to tell the tale.
Excuse me, I think there may have been a mix-up. I ordered my coffee about 10 minutes ago.
What is it again?
My name?
Your order. What was your order, girl?
Just coffee. The kind without all the extra bells and whistles.
Hey, Trish, do you have that tall, dark, and boring? Yeah, girl, last night for about 2 hours until he had to go back to his girlfriend.
Hello, miss. I'm sorry. I believe I grabbed your coffee by accident.
Accident. I'm sure it was.
It does happen more than you think, and luckily for you, today is your lucky day.
He's right. It does happen all the time. A lot, usually, but...
Oh, like people who share the same name? Or when some idiot uses this as a poor technique to hit on women?
Let me introduce myself. My name is,
Sounds nothing like Fawn.
Fawn. Fawn is your name?
Written on the cup, right there. Thank you.
Hey, worth a try. See you later, doe-eyed girl.
Wait. What did you say?
Damn. Okay. Only, come on, people. Only 5. Oh, damn. 3 more minutes. Not too far away, judging by the sound of it. Gotta wait for the helicopters to go. I didn't think they came out at night like this. They usually don't. But hey, somebody has to monitor some of the things going around here just in case it gets too out of hand. What good do they do if they're not out there to help? Military, it sounds like, though. Yeah. You see, I got one up on a lot of these would-be kings and queens. Every year I use this tunnel that leads directly to a dead-end alley. There are only 2 ways out of said passageway: a wall climb up or a dangerous stroll through the basement of an adjacent building. You know, thank God he's a paranoid old bastard. My old man. Really, we're the only family each other has since last year's purge. Okay. No need to go there, not again. Psych myself out before the game even starts. Okay, yeah, that tunnel. That tunnel gives me at least an hour craze-free head start on all these other would-be kings and queens. You heard right. This ain't an all-out sausage party. Women die just the same as men. All right, time to move out of here and onto the digital recorder. I'll see you guys on the outside. Okay. It's quite easy once you get the hang of it. You brace yourself between 2 solid structures, preferably walls. Use your feet as anchors and arms as, slow and steady, rush and fail. Wait, what's that?
collateral damage, what can I say?
That's not how this works.
No, that's how this day works. And the night's just begun.
Okay, I get it. You got a gun. Stop pointing that thing at me. Now, which way do you think he went? Do you think he went up there? Or do you think he went down in that creepy-ass basement? And I don't want to go in that creepy-ass basement. So I say we just go back, hightail it around, and go the other way. All right? You good with that? Are you good with that?
One more chance. Where is the old man?
Stupid bastard.
I ain't gonna give him up.
That's
If
my
you
old
want him,
man.
You go up there,
There wasn't much to stop the cancer from spreading through his body. This was just an easy way out for him. Foolish old man. Should have just told him where I was. There's no way they can reach me up here. They would have just thought otherwise. Maybe go around the back, find some other way up the building, try to find me. He had to bury his daughter before he died. I swear I hate this day. Just a few more feet. Just a few more feet. Oh! Remember, slow and steady, rush and fail. Oh shit, that was close. Oh, almost there. Damn, God damn it, a leg cramp. Whoa, what the?
You stopped my bats from singing.
Holy sloth. Give this man a Baby Ruth and a breath, man. I am literally face to face with a goddamn giant. Hey, big fella. Wasn't a dream.
You stopped my bats from
Don't touch me, you sick bastard! Get your paws off me!
The heft of his mighty hooks knocks the woman across the dome. Her cry was short and falls to the rooftop floor even quicker. Just when this wretched day couldn't get any worse, a damsel in distress wearing a striped referee's jersey. Funny choice of outerwear on such a night. And one heft of a man with a criminal stature and a face to match. Oh well. Ain't no way out this roof but down. Oh. What birds? Wait. That song. That's what I heard earlier, but... Well, who? What? Oh my. In a row of cages, just right to the mass of man, are 5 young girls. They couldn't be no older than 13 at the most. His birds. They sing the song, and hope stopped their song. We stopped their song, that girl and I, the ones in the referee jersey. And now, we have to stop him. Nope. I gotta get off this roof. I never got this far helping people. That's not what this game is about. Man, woman, or child, you're on your own on this shit of nights.
Please, I didn't mean to stop their song. I'm sorry. Please, I'll go.
Screaming birds brings attention, and attention brings silence. I don't like silence. But you like my chicks.
Okay. Get out of here. Quick, get the hell out of here. What are you waiting for? An invitation? Go! Really? Why? Why are you guys still here? Go! Alright. Ooh, miss me. Now you gotta...
Stopped my birds from singing. You were not invited.
See the striped banshee's head peeking out from the side of the vent. I wink, and she flicks me off. Oh, God damn. He misses my groin by a hair of an inch. I run again to the other side to avoid the second of the two-step Killer Man dance. Oh, no. Pigeon Man lifts me off the floor by my face, using only one of his mighty paws. I jab at his man titties, but he just giggles. The banshee referee stands behind the gargantuan with wide, fierce eyes, holding not one but two tasers to his back. A backhand slaps her, sends her rearing backwards, and she's back on him like a mongoose on a snake. He stumbles forward, nearly crushing me under his boot.
Riley!
Come on here, you whore. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Ugly birds don't say.
I'm back on my feet within seconds.
Shut up.
I pull from my backpack a water bottle, and I bathe this filthy beast while trying to avoid some mighty haymakers. Hit him now! He's dazed and stumbles forward towards the ledge of the building. I drop to my knees and scramble behind him, positioning my body at the bend of his knees. Hey, little lady, how about some help? I take a few more slams to the back. When the banshee connects with her target, I feel his knees bend at the joint over my torso. And just like that, the pigeon man was no more. I didn't care to look down at the body. It's impossible to do so at this distance anyway. The banshee referee stands with the young girls. The birds will be safe up here. As for me, I'm not sure. During the heat of the rooftop battle, the referee called out my name, my real name, and we were never formally introduced. But there's something else. That middle finger salute. I'm certain it's insulted me before. BirdSong is a Talking with Burritos production, featuring the voices of Alysa Smith, Michael Trujillo, and Christopher the Rupel as the Pigeon King. I am Jerry J.J. Wayne Graham, and I'd like to thank you for listening to this audio broadcast. Thank you for listening to the audio program. And I'm just going to ramble on about the project, how it came about. This is going to be unscripted. I'm just going off the cuff. So it might be convoluted, me jumping back and forth, my mind racing. But if you want to stick around and hear me talk about it, that's fine too. I would love for you to listen to me because, I just want to relay thanks to everyone involved in the project and also just give you some insight on why I would do a fan fiction dedicated or based on the universe within the Purge films. So, I would like to take this time to thank Mike, Chris, and Alysa for lending your voice talents to this project. I appreciate your support and I love you guys all the same. This story came about during just what we do at work all the time, to sit around and talk during the slow times. It was around the time where Purge Anarchy came out, and we were talking about Purge Anarchy and the series of Purge films and how they could take on a Tales from the Crypt vibe or a Saw-like franchise vibe, where every year you give us certain stories about this one event happening each year on the same day. One day a year, you get to kill, murder, maim, do whatever you want. Any heinous idea that you can imagine to want to enact, you can do it on this day. So we thought, hey, this would be a good idea to make some stories out, sort of like Paranormal Activity. They had this franchise for at least 4 years where every year they were producing a film. Saw, they agreed initially after putting out that first movie that they would do only 7 movies. And so for 7 years, they had that October spot and they always made money. With this Purge series, we thought, why don't someone just take this and just make a Purge story every year? Just a story based on the lives of someone within this universe who has to endure this day. We don't have to follow the one person. We follow several people. And I thought that would make this franchise a little bit more interesting. And it's not like I don't like the franchise. The Purge films are cool. The first one was different. It wasn't really what we expected. But then the second movie, they made it into an action film where you actually had a guy who wanted to participate in the Purge. The third film was taking that same character and using them in a different sense. However, they went political and it just expanded into this mess of plotline that, it wasn't hard to follow. It was just boring after a while. It got ridiculous. Oh, look, let's dress up these young girls, these teenage girls in little baby doll outfits and have them want to run around and kill somebody because you told them to get out of your shop and put down that lollipop or that candy bar. They could still redeem it. I'm thinking if they did something like this, it would make it more interesting. So with us, we were just standing around. A lot of it was just me, Josh, and other people. Josh came up with this storyline about a girl who obsesses over a guy who obsesses over this girl for years. He was in a friend zone the entire time. This entire time they've been friends. He loved her. And then on Purge Night, they decided to spend the night together. But who would lead their child during Purge Night? I don't know. Someone who is a little bit more wealthy than, your average citizen. So they get a little bit more perks and security around this time. It centers around this couple, these two individuals within a home on that Purge Night. And it's all about this guy or this girl. It could be either way, exploring their deep, dark recesses or temptations, desires on this day, but yet not knowing that those things are going to happen. It's kind of freaky. It was creepy when he was explaining it. And as I thought about it, I'm like, oh, that would be so messed up. Hey, what if there was this competition, this game on Purge Night to give people entertainment during this night? A lot of it is if you don't want to participate, you stay in your house, you hide, you go into your panic room and you just stay there until morning. I thought, oh, that would be cool if you had people competing in a game where they have to survive the night out there within the jungle of the city. And so I considered this, and that King of the Mountain game came up, and I thought that'd be kind of cool if you follow one guy and he has to race from one end of the city to the other to this high-rise apartment where he will be crowned king of the castle. That is, if he lives through the night. If you get there too early, somebody else comes, then you have competition. You have to battle it out and see who lives. Purse is like $500,000, and you get to stay in this high-rise apartment building for a year until the next purge and the next games, and the people come up and they want to challenge you for your spot. I think that same year I wrote a little bit of the story, and then I just set it aside and I didn't touch it. I would always come across it and like, oh, look at this story, this sounds pretty cool. Read through it, add some more to it. It got to the point where I was, what am I doing? This is actually a pretty good story. Why don't I try to produce it? I was just gonna write a short story, just a little short story to put on the blog, to make it to a blog, put it on the website. And so I started writing it. All of a sudden I'm like, okay, this is from one guy's perspective. Why don't we make this into an audio drama where he just narrates his night? And I didn't know how far I was gonna go with this. How about this guy narrates this competition he's involved in? I started writing it as a script. Then again, I put that aside for like a few months until September, October this year. I came across it again. I have all these stories, but I'm not doing anything with them. And so I considered that story. I was like, okay, I really wanted to do this one. So again, I opened it up and I wrote more. Once the story expanded upon itself and this character emerged from the page, other things came to light. Okay, this love story, and why would he compete in something so dangerous, this game? It had to be over a woman. This love story comes into play, and I wrote a short story, just a little, I don't know, maybe 400 to 600 word text based on this guy's love story with this woman to serve as a backstory. I believe it was actually in the script. It was a flashback. And as I continued writing the script, I thought, hey, and this is how my mind works, people. I get this project most likely would have been done a long time ago. But for me, it's hard to really concentrate on one thing. Every time I do, other things can bloom or blossom from that one idea. And so I started thinking, there's more ways to skin a cat, or in this metaphor, tell a story. I thought, why don't I make a video to supplement that project? And I pulled out the green screen. This is my first real use of the green screen. I've done other things where I took pictures in front of a green screen and then replaced the background, but never in video. I wanted to practice those techniques. I have always been fond of VFX, video effects, and I want to learn more about it so I can include it in my own projects. I would do this one-person monologue with me sitting in front of a camera, a green screen and a camera, and just recording myself. And then I would put a background in there and try to integrate myself into this background to make it somewhat seamless. And that was quite an ambitious task to take on. I have the means and I wanted to create the product. So I did, and it looked like crap. No, it didn't look like crap per se. It's just me standing in front of a camera and telling the story. It would be fine as a sort of stage monologue. The camera is on me and I'm on the stage retorting this dialogue to you, this story. I canned that idea and I just went back to work, and I thought, okay, what about using stock footage? I went back, and actually a lot of what I did, changes I made, stemmed around the love story that I created. I thought, okay, how can I tell part of this story or include the girl in this video? I started perusing the stock video sites, this site called videohive.net, and I found this stock image of this young lady, and I was like, okay, what if I do this? And what I am doing is recalling an image, a memory, so I can flash back and make it into a memory, into a fleeting moment. And I had this song that I found off a Creative Commons website. It was called "God Be With You Till We Meet Again" by Chris Zabriskie, and it was a soul quiet mood track. With discovering that song, that image, I thought I'll just make it silent. I'll just use imagery to tell the story instead of me trying to do something that's audio. That's an audio version of it. Instead of just using audio and just me standing in front of a camera, I can tell the story with images, tell a story with images. Went back to the drawing board and I filmed other scenes, more scenes of me. And then I took some scenes and more scenes in front of the green screen actually as well. So I did that and I created a video. put that aside. I had to go back to the audio drama and I had to finish that. So then I had to record all of the audio, and I was to play Riley. And that was, at first I wanted my boy Matty P to play Riley, but he was in school and I didn't want to bother him with the task of doing that. So I thought, okay, I took a class in college of, performance art. So I'm going to do this. I would play actually a couple voices. The guy in the coffee shop, I played him, and one of the henchmen, the guys who come through and they try to find Decker. I did those two voices, and that was a little difficult because I recorded them so many times over. And just like I said, this was a learning process, so I had to put my perfection aside, but I could not do that. A lot of it was me recording something, coming to the computer, putting it in, trying to mix it, do everything, get ahead of myself, and then trash it all, go back and record more. A lot of that happened, and it's a little bit taxing. I release it now because it's never going to be perfect. That's the thing. But I'm happy with it. So I did it and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. I want to do more things like this. And a lot of it just stems from me wanting to tell stories. A lot of the stories I have are stuck inside my mind without many people ever hearing it. Some people will hear ideas. Mikey has been privy to some of the stories that I've written, but nothing really tangible comes from it. They're all just ideas. They're all just scribblings in a book. So I thought, okay, this will be the first project that I produce that will hopefully encourage me to do more with my stories instead of let them die. Stick around. I hope to do more, create more things like this, hopefully get more people involved in telling either their stories or, telling my stories, but just to tell stories. So, that's what this site enables me to do. And that's what I'm trying to use it for. I've had it, we've been around talking with Burritos for like 3 years now. And it's always been like on and off, touch and go. And always trying to find that balance between work and play, because you never want this to be like a job, but sometimes it does feel like that with the amount of work you do. But if you have fun with it, then it's all worth it. Again, thank you for listening once more, and that's a wrap, but not a burrito.